Today is day 10 of Lightroom tips for wedding and portrait photographers. Today we're having a very needed tip if you don't know how to do it. So if you have a wedding and there are two photographers, if the timestamps on both of your cameras are not the same, when you go to edit them, it's just all wonky. If your time is 12 o'clock and their time on their camera was like 2:30, the ceremony images do not flow chronologically, and it's just a pain to export all of those photos because they don't align. So let's go into Lightroom to see what that looks like. So I already had these images changed so that the times are the exact same on all of our cameras. We had actually gotten together that morning and made sure all of our cameras had the same exact timestamp, and we pressed OK on our cameras at the same time. I can make a video on that if you really want to see that. But we did make sure our cameras were synced to the same exact time. But if we had forgotten to do that, when we are in Lightroom here looking at something very time specific like ceremony, you'll see that my image of the bride walking down the aisle was facing this way and the second shooter's was facing from behind. So I could very easily press I here and I'll be able to see the exact time that my camera thinks that time is on this information here. So mine says 3:38 and 18 seconds p.m. And if the second photographer's image said 5:38 and 19 seconds p.m., then we would need to adjust all of the second shooter's images by 2 hours. So you can really easily narrow down just the second shooter's images by going to library and then metadata. Sometimes it'll be hidden away up here. But if you press metadata, you'll be able to narrow them down if they are different types of camera bodies. So I was shooting Sony, she was shooting Canon. So we have all of the Canons here. So now that we have just the second shooter's images selected, I can press Command A to get all of them, and then to alter those timestamps, I would go to metadata, edit capture time, and then I want to adjust to a specific date and time. So hypothetically, if hers were saying 5:38 and 19 seconds p.m., I would want to adjust it to match mine at that same time. So I like to use a situation where it's obviously the same exact time in that ceremony situation. And so once I have it set to adjust to a specific date and time, you'll notice that it says on the top here, it will modify the capture time stored in the selected photos, like all of those 56 images, by entering the correct time adjustment for the photo display to the left. So this one, other photos will be adjusted by the same amount of time. So they won't all exactly say 3:38 p.m., they will be changed by the amount of time that one specific needed to be changed by. So if this image needed to be changed by 2 hours and 6 minutes, all of the other images, their timestamps will also change by 2 hours and 6 minutes so that everything will flow nicely and you can edit chronologically. So let me know if you have any questions about that. It's super, super, super helpful if you have multiple photographers on the same event. Obviously, you can use that same settings. You can use that same setting there to change just your image capture time if you really want to do that, if it's just your images, but specifically so helpful for weddings with multiple photographers. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if that was confusing. I'd be happy to explain it a little better, but I do hope that helps while you are editing through all of the images through a wedding day or an engagement session or whatever situation you happen to be in. And before you go, I do want to mention that if you are in the develop module, you won't be able to do that metadata change. You do have to be in the library one because you'll notice that this top toolbar here or top list of things changes. So you have to be in the library module in order to press metadata and edit capture time. So let me know if that helps, and I will see you in the next video.